Now on CoastTV News.
History Made in Delaware will show you the races changing the first state and the country.
And the votes are in. There is a new president of the United States.
Record turnout at the polls. We're going to show you how many people voted in the first state.
It's a mild start to our Wednesday with near record highs possible later today, approaching 80 degrees. There are some rain chances down the road. I'll have the details coming up.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It's Wednesday, November 6, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Paige Marley.
And good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Matt Pensig is off today, and we join you this morning with historic elections across the United States and here at home on Delmarva. And we have breaking news this morning. The Associated Press has officially called the presidential race. Donald Trump will be making his return to the White House. Trump's win in Wisconsin put him over 270 threshold needed to clinch the presidency, the same state that put him over the top when he won in 2016. Again, Donald Trump will be the 47th president of the United States.
All right, we're going to focus a little more locally here now, though. Let's get into it. Newcastle County Executive Matt Meyer defeating Mike Ramone in Delaware. Meyer will be Delaware's next governor.
And Meyer's number 2 will be Kyle Evans-Gay. Evans-Gay was elected to state senate in 2020, flipping District 5 from red to blue for the first time in 40 years. She beat Georgetown former Representative Ruth Briggs King.
And now Wilmington area State Senator Sarah McBride will be Delaware's next congressperson. McBride is the first openly transgender person ever elected to U.S. Congress. And new this morning, McBride celebrating her win and pledging this.
Not of pettiness. This is our charge. This is our charge as Delawareans and as Americans, and mine as your next representative.
McBride was most recently a state senator for the Wilmington area.
And also making history, Delaware's next senator will be Lisa Blunt Rochester. The current congresswoman will be Delaware's first female senator and senator of color. She takes the seat from retiring Tom Carper and shared bright messages after her win.
This campaign has been about your hopes, your dreams, your fears, and your aspirations. And my time in the Senate will always also be about you.
Later on CoastTV News this morning, we're going to hear from another woman making history in the Senate, Angela Alsobrooks.
But our coverage doesn't stop on air. Don't forget, we have all the results from our local elections across Delmarva right now on CoastTV.com, or you can go to our app. It's under the Decision 2024 tab. All right, all of this, though, we've been talking a lot of election, a new president, new local races. We want to know what has been the most important issue influencing your vote this election season.
And so far, it says 51% of you voted that the economy and jobs is your top priority. And then the next highest votes are immigration at 24%. At 13%, we have the environment. 7% we have education. And 5% we have public safety. If you haven't voted yet, you can still at CoastTV.com or on the mobile app.
All right, Elisa, there's been a lot of, political excitement.
A lot of political excitement,
Yeah.
But let's get to the weather.
Weather still has to happen.
Bob's been waiting. We're going to bring in first alert meteorologist Bob Trahey to tell us about our warm November forecast.
Yes, good morning, ladies. Good morning, Delmarva. The votes are in, and I think everybody agrees that we're looking at beautiful weather that we can all really enjoy, and we're looking at conditions that are still dry out there, but we're looking at near record highs later today, starting out at 54 in Salisbury, 58 in Delmar, 59 in Georgetown, Redden 58, 61 in Milton, and Rehoboth and Bethany Beach both at 64. As we have light winds now, but the tendency is out of the southwest, and that will really warm us up as those southwest winds pick up today. Yesterday morning we had the dense fog, not so this morning. We're looking at clear skies, good visibility. There are some clouds off to the south in the Norfolk area, eastern North Carolina. Those could kind of skim our area as we go through the morning hours. Otherwise, it's dry with the winds picking up and pretty warm conditions. We do have a cold front back to the west. Nice to see some rain out there. It's across the Ohio Valley, but as this front gets closer, it looks like a lot of this rain will dry up by the time it gets here tomorrow. So let's track out your weather on Futurecast. Maybe just a light jacket out the door at 7 a.m. Looking at temperatures in the 60s, mid morning, already 70 in many locations. By noon, take that lunch outside. Beautiful 79 in Long Neck, Selbyville 79, Salisbury 77, and close to 80 degrees inland areas. If we hit 82 in Georgetown, that would tie a record, and we've got cooler 70s at the beaches and pretty mild into the evening hours. Here's your ferry riding forecast. Looking great. Lots of sunshine, a few clouds a little bit later on this morning. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s, but there will be a brisk southwest wind once again warming us up. Much more on the warm up, and rain chances heading our way coming up a little bit later on.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. For right now, though, we are just getting started on Coast TV News Today.
And coming up on Coast TV News Today, Delaware's next governor, what Matt Meyer is planning for his new term.
And one voter on Delmarva completed their civic duty for the first time. We'll tell you what they say the chance to make their voice heard was so important to more than just themselves.
But first, another shakeup on Sussex County Council when Coast TV News This Morning continues.
How you gonna reach your highs if you don't put your all in?
You've made a bad call and you know it.
There's a good one. Need to move you to a secure location.
What's going on?
These are all ghost guns. We're gonna put this case on the back burner for now. I just don't understand why you suddenly want this case buried. I said back off.
If you pass your next test, you get to be the shiny new detective. Either she cooperates or we take her kid. There's gotta be a better way.
Chicago Wednesday, new tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Welcome to Farmhouse Pet Lodge, your pet's home away from home. Our state-of-the-art secure lodge offers exceptional care for dogs, cats, and other pets. For daycare or boarding with private suites, custom food prep, UV air filtration, centralized disinfection, and 24/7 care. Your pet will be safe, healthy, and happy. Book now and get 10% off your first stay. Ask about our grooming services and tailored training programs. Give your furry friends an amenity-filled vacation at our family-owned, conveniently located Farmhouse Pet Lodge.
Fall into planning at Bella Terra Garden Center. Autumn is the perfect time of year for planting. Come check out our locally sourced collection of trees and shrubs of all shapes and sizes. Did you know that Bella Terra is open 7 days a week? Join our garden club for big savings and first access to all sale promotions. Stocked with the smallest succulents to the tallest of trees, Bella Terra Garden Center is here for all your gardening needs. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Located right off Route 16 in Ellendale.
18 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
Just about 6:08 on this gorgeous Wednesday morning. 55 in Cambridge as the skies are brightening. Oh, what a beautiful start out there. Some waves out there on the bay, not too bad. Visibility is pretty good. 10 miles in Georgetown and Ocean City. A little lower in Salisbury. Maybe a little bit of fog, but nothing like we saw yesterday morning where visibility was near zero. 50s inland this morning, so a light jacket. 58 Delmar, 59 at Georgetown, but 64 Rehoboth Bethany Beach at 64. And the winds coming in out of the southwest, a little stronger at the coast, but that wind will usher in much warmer air as we go through the day, as we're looking at mostly clear skies, so good travel weather on the way to work or school. There is a cold front back to the west with rain, but unfortunately a lot of that dries up as it heads our way. Off to the bus stop for the kiddos. It will be mild, just a light jacket, temperature around 60. Remember, you see that little stop sign, you have to stop. And then heading home, they can carry that jacket and in fact have some short sleeves. 79 and warm and near record highs later today.
Thank you so much. Now, if you are just joining us, so we did have some breaking news just a few minutes ago that the Associated Press announced Donald Trump will be the next president. Right now, though, we are going to focus on some more local races to Delmarva. Yeah. So for the third time this year, a Sussex County council member has been unseated.
In Sussex County District 3, which covers the Cape region, Democrat Jane Grunebaum beat Mark Schaefer, who has actually held that seat since 2020.
All right, we're going to go now. Grunebaum beating Schaefer with 55% of that vote. She ran on a platform of curbing development as well as change.
Was a vote not for me per se, but for the issues that we were talking about and their desire to see something done about it. So I'm very pleased to have been selected, and I look forward to working on these really critical issues.
Now, in the primary, both District 1 and District 2 incumbents were defeated. No Democrats running in those races. It means there will be 3 new faces on Sussex County Council come next year.
And also locally, after a razor-thin primary, Brian Shoup won re-election for District 36, beating Democrat opponent Roni Baltazar Lopez. That seat represents Milford, Ellendale, and Lincoln.
All right, now to Rehoboth Beach, where the seat vacated by retiring Pete Schwarzkopf. Democratic candidate Claire Snyder Hall defeating Rehoboth Fire Company President Mike Simpler. New this morning, Snyder Hall tells Coast TV she has the experience to represent the Rehoboth Beach area well.
That I'll get right to work to try to make things better for the district. I'm really happy to, in this pivotal election, most important of our lifetime, to be having participated and to having been selected.
Snyder Hall becomes the first woman to represent District 14. Pete Schwarzkopf held that seat for over 20 years.
And these are just some of the local elections, and we have all the results from all those local elections across Delmarva right now on CoastTV.com or in our app. Just go under the Decision 2024 tab. And it wasn't just the candidates making history this year. We introduce you to a first-time voter after this.
And sunrise just about 20 minutes away. Beautiful brightening skies in Laurel right now, 56 degrees. It is a mild start to our Wednesday with near record warmth today with temperatures near 80 degrees. And we finally have some rain in the forecast. I'll track that out with Futurecast coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on Coast TV.
Hi, I'm Scott Cower from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis, Delaware. Come check us out. Matt's is a little seafood shack on Coastal Highway serving lunch and dinner daily, featuring seafood classics, coastal comfort food, and chef-inspired nightly specials, along with a large selection of craft ales, cocktails, and our extensive wine list. Matt's is a perfect place to enjoy dinner with your family, happy hour with friends, or lunch in the lobster room. Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis, Delaware, open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner. See you soon.
We'll do the whole carpet in the whole house for $5.
Wait.
You didn't even know how to do this. I thought you did.
We are family owned and operated, but I don't think either of you are ready to install yet. At Matt the Carpet Guy, we have the best vinyl plank and carpet in stock, bringing our showroom to you so you can feel confident in the carpet you choose. Matt the Carpet Guy in Selbyville and Salisbury, flooring done right.
The holidays are coming fast.
Imagine greeting your guests with a beautifully refaced kitchen without having to tear out your old cabinets.
We'll reface your cabinets with 5 layers of high-quality hardwood in your choice of color,
including new doors, drawers, and hardware, all for half the cost of a full remodel.
completed in as little as 3 days.
Right now, save 20%, get a free microwave, and pay as little as $100 per month. Call today and get your kitchen completed by Christmas.
Call Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Right now, pet dander, skin cells, mold spores, pollen, and dirt are being sucked into your air ducts. Get cleaner air and system efficiency now with Stanley Steamer. For over 75 years, we've continually engineered our equipment and processes to deep clean your entire home. Your air ducts aren't clean until they're Stanley Steamer clean.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
The time is now 6:14, and we're going to take a live look outside into Lewis right now. And Bob, it looks a little hazy out there, but I didn't notice too much fog this morning when I was driving, which is a good thing because the fog and the deer, it's not the best, but it is warm outside though.
That's a bad combo, deer and fog. And we had the fog yesterday morning, Elisa, pretty thick, and I'm sure the deer as well. It's that time of year that they are active, and we are looking at warm conditions as we go into today. It's a mild start. We're looking at near record highs as we go into the afternoon. A high around 80 in Georgetown. If we do hit 82, that would tie the record back in 1948, but I think we'll fall just shy of that. 78 Thursday with falling temperatures with the cold front, and then 70 for a high on Friday. Then it does cool down into the weekend. Keep in mind, average highs around 63, so that's where we'll be on Saturday, and then Sunday 67. Maybe a better chance of rain later in the day. More on that in just a moment, but no rain in the last 40 days. That's That's right, the streak is up to 40 consecutive days with no measurable rain. Last measurable rain September 27th, where we had just a little bit, and the old record was 34 back in 2001. You can see we're starting to distance ourselves from that second place, and we continue to add to that number, and that'll be the case the next few days. But I think we will be breaking that streak here probably late weekend or into next week. Temperatures now 58 in Delmar, 59 in Georgetown, 58 in Redden, Ocean Pines 56, but milder 64 Bethany Beach or Rehoboth at 64. As we've got light winds now, some places are calm, others seeing southwest breezes, especially along the coast, and that wind will usher in very warm air, that near record warmth for this afternoon. As we're looking at mostly clear skies, just some clouds across the southern tip of Delmarva, extending back into eastern North Carolina. Otherwise, these arrows indicating the warmer air building in out ahead of the cold front. That is triggering some rain now across the Tennessee Valley, into the Ohio Valley, and the Great Lakes. Unfortunately, as this front moves to the east, a lot of that rain will dry up. Behind this front, we're looking at cooler air building in. So futurecast this morning, some clouds, especially farther south, otherwise quickly warming up through the 60s mid-morning, and then by noon, lunchtime, wow, really warm. 77 Salisbury, Long Neck, 79, some places already near 80 degrees at noon, while we're looking at some cooler conditions at the beaches, a little breezier there, and then 70s and low 80s and near record highs this afternoon. Very mild for this evening. We see some clouds, and we'll see those southwesterly winds keeping our temperatures up through the overnight. And then moving into your Thursday, we're increasing the clouds. We have a cold front. Now, Futurecast is very optimistic about steady rain by 3:30. That would be wonderful. Will it happen? Now, the jury's still out on that, but a few showers would be nice, and then we'll see cooler conditions behind that front as the winds turn to the north. We're looking at southwesterly winds today, once again, drying it out, elevating the fire danger, and then we'll eventually see those winds start to shift to the north with time, ushering in the cooler air. It's dry as we go through your Saturday. Saturday looks good. Then we increase the clouds on Sunday, maybe some rain later Sunday, and a better chance of a steady rain into Monday. That is certainly good to see. That's when the streak could end. By the way, we have another hurricane. That's Hurricane Rafael near Cuba right now. Looks like it will be tracking through the Gulf of Mexico as a Category 2 and then Category 1 hurricane, then weakening as it heads towards the Texas Gulf Coast or maybe Louisiana. The reason I'm bringing this up is some of that moisture could get entrained with the front as we go through time, maybe enhancing our rain. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 80 today, Thursday 78, then Friday 70 degrees. Weekend, Saturday the best of the 2 days, sunshine and 63, then the rain later Sunday 67, and rainy on Veterans Day 72, and then drier and sunshine on Tuesday and 68 degrees.
Bob, and happening now, it's official. Donald Trump has been declared the winner of the 2024 presidential election. Overnight, both Vice President Harris and former President Trump held watch parties on the East Coast. Trump spoke to supporters in Florida, already declaring his victory, while Harris went back to her alma mater, Howard University in Washington, D.C.
Tuesday's election marks a milestone for a local young Latina. Diana Roblero cast her first ever ballot.
And Telemundo Delmarva and CoastTV News reporter Ana Sofia Roman introduces us to Diana and what it means for her to participate in democracy.
19-year-old Diana Roblero from Millsboro went to the polls for the first time on Tuesday.
You'll hear little chimes go off, okay, and then that means you've voted.
Okay. As a first-generation voter in her family, the experience was both meaningful and exciting for her.
As a Latina and a daughter of immigrants, I feel like it is my duty to come and fight for those who can't do it themselves and vote for their rights and my rights as a Latina woman.
Roblero stressed the importance of making every vote count, especially for young people like herself.
I feel like a lot of people my age probably don't think it's as important to come and vote, but because they feel like, oh, it's just one vote, why does it matter? But it does matter because, you know, your vote could make a whole difference.
Making history one ballot at a time.
Roblero hopes to inspire other young Latinos in the first state, especially her brothers, who will be eligible to vote in the next election. In Millsboro, Ana Sofia Roman, Coast TV News.
A Sussex County tradition will return tomorrow. No pun intended, and preps are already underway. The returns of the election are read 2 days after the big day. It's a big day of bipartisanship and burying of the hatchet. a parade with political opponents, and more. There are a few activities happening tonight, though the main event will be on Thursday. The circle closes at 4 p.m. tonight and will remain closed to traffic until the end of the ceremonies at the circle on Thursday, November 7th.
Be patient. Watch for traffic because it gets to be a little bit of a hairy mess with some of the detours. That's a little more complicated this year with Pine Street closed, but just come, relax, enjoy, and have fun and enjoy everything Georgetown has to offer.
And the circle closes at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, November 6th.
And it will remain closed to traffic until the end of the ceremonies at the circle on Thursday, November 7th.
Now, Return Day has a very storied history. It's not exactly clear when the first Return Day was. It could have been as early as 1792, but we know for sure that Return Day existed by 1812. It features a literal hatchet burying by representatives of Sussex County's Democratic and Republican parties. It has always been and remains a chance for opponents to come together after the election.
And CoastTV will have extensive coverage of Return Day. Be sure to join us Thursday for the day of bipartisanship and Delmarva flair on November 7th. And more to come this morning on CoastTV News Today. We have an update on the progress of Rehoboth Beach's new patrol building. We'll tell you what officials confirmed at a meeting this week, so don't go anywhere.
Get ready, Delmarva. Excitement and incredible savings have arrived at Gateway Subaru. Save up to $3,200 on a new 2025 Subaru Outback with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. Or save up to $2,300 off a new 2024 Subaru Crosstrek with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. And be among the first to drive the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. Stop in and reserve yours today. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Are you looking to transform your mobile home? Choosing a company that doesn't know the difference between a manufactured and a stick-built home can lead to major repairs in the future. At Delaware Mobile Home Repair, we work exclusively with manufactured homes. So whether you need your bathroom remodeled, new roofing, siding, or any other restoration or renovation on your mobile home, the team at Delaware Mobile Home Repair will get the job done right. Visit our website today and start your free estimate with Delaware Mobile Home Repair.
Welcome to Kelly's Outdoors, your local outdoor superstore in Millsboro. We carry everything you need this hunting season, from waterfowling gear to deer hunting essentials, bows, tree stands, ammo, and apparel from brands like Drake and Nomad. We also have a wide selection of saltwater and freshwater fishing gear and crabbing supplies for your next day on the water. Kelly's Outdoors now has a wide supply of guns, pistols, and rifles from Rattay, Browning, Winchester, Savage, Beretta, Sig, Springfield, and Smith & Wesson. Before your next outdoor adventure, visit Kelly's Outdoors in Millsboro today.
Do you know how it feels to change someone's life? Our caregivers do. They change lives every day by protecting the vulnerable, bringing peace to families, and helping people enjoy life once again. Because at Homewell, our caregivers provide far more than just care. They provide hope to make a real difference. Make yourself at Homewell. Apply today. Homewell Care Services. Trusted care. True compassion.
All right, the presidential race has been called, and locally, the closest races we are seeing, though, that's in District 20 in Milton. Current Representative Stelt Parker Selby narrowly beating challenger Nikki Miller. She didn't win by much, 51% for Stelt Parker Selby, 49% for Nikki Miller.
And now to District 6, which covers Milton, Lewis, Rehoboth, and beyond. Russ Huxtable defeating Kim Hoey Stevenson. He earned about 54% of the votes.
Now to Delaware's newest House seat, one created during redistricting just 2 years ago. Jeff Hilofsky defeating his challenger, Greg Linder.
And finally, the neighboring House District 41 has been held by Republican Rich Collins for 10 years. He was voted back in for another 2 years. And the races we just told you are just a few of the ones happening on Delmarva, and you can find up-to-minute coverage and results right now on our website and app.
All right, now we're going to take a look at Rehoboth Beach. There it is, yes, on Route 1. That is a live look at Rehoboth, and we do have an update now on the construction not too far from that area right there. We're talking the new Rehoboth Beach Patrol building. Officials say the city is $650,000 over budget right now for that structure. That is over $100,000 more than the city's last update. On your screen, that's the progress so far of the building of the Beach Patrol Station. It's just off Baltimore Ave. People in Rehoboth Beach are excited, however, for their lifeguards to have a new home.
Rehoboth is a great place to visit. So I'm hoping that this life-saving station is a place where people can walk in and visit and talk.
And the city still says that project is on schedule to be complete in May. It's time now for another look at our forecast. We're going to bring back in Bob.
Our warm November forecast.
Oh, yeah, Bob, it's warm out there.
Warm.
Oh, yeah. Keep the shorts and T-shirts handy, ladies, as we are looking at very warm conditions today. Near record highs, inland areas. Along the coast, a little cooler. Starting out in the 60s for Assateague and Chincoteague. Some clouds floating through this morning. Otherwise, 70s at noon. And then by 5, it's getting dark and temperatures falling back into the 60s. Waves around 2 to 4 feet. Light winds today. A little stronger this afternoon. Then Fenwick Island and Ocean City starting out in the 60s and then mid-70s, maybe upper 70s around noon for Fenwick Island. On the bay side, warm day today in Cambridge, 80 and then 78 Thursday, then cooler on Friday behind a cold front. Then Crisfield, you're in the lower 70s today and tomorrow, but then only 65 on Friday. Looks like it does cool down into the weekend, and we do have increasing rain chances in the extended forecast. More on that coming up in the next half hour.
Thank you so much. Also coming up after the break on Coast TV News today, former President Donald Trump celebrating his victory with his supporters. We'll give you details of his speech to supporters at his watch party.
And Vice President Harris is back at Howard University. We'll give you details about her watch party on Tuesday night.
And coming up next, you'll meet Delaware's next leaders, the future governor and lieutenant governor. That's when Coast TV News This Morning returns.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
Ever have a day that just couldn't get any worse? Meet Tyler, the champion of chaos. Having a day that's gone from bad to worse. When life throws you a string of unfortunate events, the law office of Trapp Nickel is here to provide a helping hand. Our experienced workers' compensation team is here to fight for your rights and help shape your misfortune into meaningful compensation. If you've been injured at work, don't wait. Get the justice you deserve. The law office of Trapp Nickel. Your priority is our priority.
Ever feel lost in the world of real estate? Imagine a partner who transforms confusion into clarity, who stands by your side from the first question to the final signature. A professional who knows the market, ensuring that your journey is as smooth and successful as possible. This is the value of a great realtor. With Pam Price, you're not just making a move, you're moving forward. So why do you need a realtor? Because with the right one, you can find your way home.
This Thanksgiving season, Delaware Electric Cooperative is giving $10 million back to the people we are proud to power. Members who received electric service from the co-op in 2012 and 2013 will receive a credit on their November bill. As a not-for-profit utility, the credits are a return on the investment members have made in DEC over the years. Our co-op belongs to you, and we're so thankful to power Central and Southern Delaware.
From our co-op family to yours.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Huddle up for Nittany Game Week.
Get a sideline seat with coaches Jay Paterno and Tom Bradley as they join host Todd Sadowski for expert analysis on the blue and white. Nittany Game Week, Friday nights at 10:30 and Saturday mornings at 11 on DSN. Now on Coast TV News.
The votes are in and the race for the White House has come to an end.
High voter turnout at the polls. We're going to show you how many people in the first state cast their ballots.
Also, Brooks defeats former Governor Larry Hogan. A look at the intense race in Maryland for the state's U.S. Senate seat.
It's a mild start to our Wednesday with near record highs possible later today with temperatures approaching 80 degrees away from the coast. There are some rain chances down the road. I'll have the details coming up.
This is Coast TV News Today.
It is 6:28. Good morning, everybody. I'm Paige Marley.
Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. We're going to continue this morning with changes to Delaware's executive branch. But first, we have breaking news this morning. The Associated Press has officially called the presidential race. Donald Trump will be making his return to the White House. Trump's win in Wisconsin put him over the 270 threshold needed to clinch the presidency, the same state that put him over the top when he won in 2016. Again, Donald Trump will be the 47th president of the United States.
All right, now we're going to focus a little more locally now. Newcastle County Executive Matt Meyer defeating Mike Ramone. Meyer will be Delaware's next governor. And new this morning, the Democrat saying this.
With extraordinary educators, some of which are here tonight. And I was passionate about my work. I loved it every day I had to stand and deliver. But my students, their families, too many were left behind. There should be a new way in Delaware, and that new way starts tonight.
Meyer says he is the first public school teacher ever elected as governor.
And Meyer's number 2 will be Kyle Evans-Gay. Elected to the state senate in 2020, flipping District 5 from red to blue for the first time in 40 years. She beat Georgetown former Representative Ruth Briggs King.
And Meyer and Evans-Gay celebrated election night with Sarah McBride. She will be Delaware's next congressperson, the only openly transgender person elected to Congress.
And now to Maryland. Angela Alsobrooks beat Larry Hogan, the Prince George's County executive, will be Maryland's next senator, and she had a strong message after her victory.
At times we struggle together and we work to build a better future for all of our children. And to those Marylanders whose support I have yet to earn, I may not have won your vote, but I want you to know that I hear your voice and I will be your senator too.
Alsobrooks defeated former Governor Larry Hogan, and that Senate seat was highly contested as it contributed to which political party will control the U.S. Senate.
We're going to show you the numbers on your screen right now. Alsobrooks beat Hogan 52% to 45%. And you can find a list of all the races on Delmarva right now on our website. That's CoastTV.com.
And it's now 6:30, and you're probably wondering, what do I wear? Because the weather, it's not November.
It's not,
but it is
feel
November.
Like it doesn't feel like November.
Does it? No.
Yes, so maybe a jacket on the way into work, something else on your way out.
Which is good. We have our fashion consultant, Bob Trahey, to tell us about what we should wear.
He's always up to date, Bob. What are you thinking?
Good morning, Paige and Elisa. I don't know if I'm on the cutting edge of fashion, but I would say this. Normally, this time in November, you're wearing a heavier jacket, but lighter jacket out the door and dress for summer later today. We've got cooler readings this morning, but not especially cold. 51 in Salisbury, that's the cool spot. 59 in Georgetown, 60 in Milton, 62 in Ocean City, 64 at Bethany Beach and Rehoboth. Where the wind's blowing a little bit, it's probably a little warmer. It's stirring things up, and where it's calm, well, just a little cooler. But everybody will be warming up today as we're looking at mostly clear skies, some clouds floating in from the south. Otherwise, things are quiet. You can see some of these mid to high level clouds across Virginia and North Carolina. The bigger story is a southerly flow that will quickly warm us up today out ahead of a cold front that is triggering rain to our west. A lot of that rain will dry up before it gets here. Futurecast this morning, we quickly warm from the 60s into the 70s by mid-morning and feeling like summer by noon into the upper 70s and many inland locations near 80 this afternoon. If it hits 82 in Georgetown, that would tie a record, and cooler 70s for the coast and a very mild evening. So your drivecast looking much better than yesterday morning where we had all that fog. No fog this morning, just dry and mild. I gave you the green light for the morning commute and the green light for the PM commute as well. Warm and dry and temperatures in the 70s, even some lower 80s.
Thank you, Bob. And we're now going to take a live look at the White House. And AP News has declared the 2024 presidential race for former leader Donald Trump.
The watch party for Vice President Kamala Harris, that came to an end at Howard University. Thousands showed up there for the vice president at her alma mater to show their support Tuesday evening. The vice president did not address the crowd at Howard University Tuesday. Harris campaign co-chair instead, Cedric Richmond, thanked the crowd for her and said Harris will speak to voters later today.
And former President Donald Trump has been declared the president-elect by the Associated Press. Before the official result was announced, Trump had already declared himself late on election night before an official winner had been decided, thanking supporters at his victory party in West Palm Beach, Florida.
This is a magnificent victory for the American people that will allow us to make America great again.
And the first two battleground states to be declared for Trump were Georgia and North Carolina. And we have a lot more news to get to, so don't go anywhere.
Yeah, still coming up this morning, voter turnout totals, how this year compared to others, and how many people headed out to the polls.
And two of our local teams will be competing in the state finals, but only one will come out with the trophy. We'll show you what to expect from this field hockey battle.
And next, Ocean City's elections determined. Stick with us on Coast TV News Today.
We salute Airman First Class Jennifer Tremont. At 17, Jennifer left Pasadena to serve her country as a 2nd Operational Support Squadron bomb loader on B-52s. Midway through her career, she faced a life-changing challenge when her son was born with brain cancer. She chose to leave the Air Force to provide him with full-time care, helping him through treatments and chemotherapy. We honor Jennifer's service, resilience, and devotion.
Spicer Brothers and CoastTV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a CoastTV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Calling all comic collectors, anime lovers, gamers, and pop culture fans, make your way to Ocean City Comic Con December 14th and 15th at the Roland E. Powell Convention Center, featuring over 200 vendors, artists, and special guests. Plus, take a pic with your favorite comic book hero, take part in a costume contest, and so much more. Saturday 10 to 5 and Sunday 11 to 4. Tickets start at $10 with discounts in costume or donating a non-perishable food item. For more info, go to oceancitycomiccon.com.
Foul odors, discolored water, are you running out of hot water more quickly? These are all signs of sediment buildup in your water heater. And as the buildup becomes more severe, it can even cause a premature tank failure. Flushing the tank periodically can prevent these problems. FH Fur has you covered. Get a water heater flush for $49. That's right, a complete water heater flush for only $49. Act now and get a plumbing inspection free.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
Illuminations by Bellaterra. Customize your lighting vision with our experienced team. Aesthetics and functionality are key components utilized in our designs, increasing property value, beauty, safety, and security. Whether you're adding mood lighting to a patio space or improving visibility, Illuminations by Bellaterra will deliver exceptional lighting installations that will impress every time the sun goes down. Call today and elevate your space with outdoor lighting by Bellaterra.
Treat yourself to a culinary journey like no other at Benvenuto. Delaware Today named Benvenuto as a 2023 Best of Delaware Dining and Event Restaurant, where the perfect fusion of comfort, exquisite flavors, and a captivating atmosphere awaits you. Our passion for exceptional cuisine shines through every dish as we artfully combine international flavors and fresh, locally sourced ingredients. With stunning spaces and a private room for special occasions, our breathtaking Tuscan design sets the stage for an unforgettable dining experience. Benvenuto Restaurant in Milford.
Coming up on 6:37 this Wednesday morning, sun just came up a couple of minutes ago. Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam, gorgeous, just a few little streaks in the clouds, in the sky with clouds, 59. Now we are showing some fog around Salisbury, 2.5 miles there. I was checking some cameras. Looks like your visibility is good, but if there is fog, there could be some around the Salisbury area. Otherwise, temperatures in the 50s, inland areas, and low to mid 60s at the beaches. And the winds will pick up, so that will scour out any kind of fog pretty quickly this morning. Otherwise, we're seeing just a few clouds out there, mid to high level clouds farther to the south. Otherwise, we're going to be warming up big time today. Headed outdoors, doing a lot of outdoor activities, looking good, especially on the golf course. Excellent conditions for a game of golf. 80 degrees near record warmth later today. In case you missed it, our umbrella winner today is Kimberly Messick from Millsboro. Congratulations, Kimberly, on your brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV. And I think you have an opportunity to use that umbrella probably later in the weekend and early next week.
Bob, all right, thank you. We're going to go to Ocean City now. Mayor Rick Meehan has been re-elected again. Meehan has been mayor since 2006 and has been on Ocean City Council since 1985. He has beat Councilman Peter Buis. Mayor Rick Meehan had a narrow victory, beating Buis by a little under 200 votes. Those are those numbers right there.
And new this morning, we now know the 4 people elected to the Ocean City Town Council. They are Tony DeLuca and John Gehrig. Both of them are already on the council, and they will be joined by some newcomers. That is Jack Metrosick and Larry Yates.
A Sussex County tradition will return tomorrow. You know where we're going this week. Preps are already underway. Return Day. The returns of the election are read 2 days after the big day. It's a big day of bipartisanship with a burying of the hatchet, a parade with political opponents, and more. There are a few activities tonight as well, although that main event will be on Thursday. The circle closes at 4 this evening. It'll remain closed to traffic until the end of the ceremonies on the circle on Thursday, November 7th.
Be patient. Watch for traffic because it gets to be a little bit of a hairy mess with some of the detours. That's a little more complicated this year with Pine Street closed, but just come, relax, enjoy, and have fun and enjoy everything Georgetown has to offer.
Now, again, make sure you prepare for this. We're going to remind you the circle closes at 4 p.m. on Wednesday. That's November 6th, and it remains closed to traffic until the end of ceremonies on the circle Thursday, November 7th.
And Return Day has a storied history, but it's not exactly clear when the first Return Day was. It could be as early as 1792, but we do know for sure that it did exist in 1812. It features a literal hatchet burying by representatives from Sussex County's Democratic and Republican parties, and it has always been and remains a chance for opponents to come together after the election. And CoastTV will have extensive coverage of Return Day, so be sure to join us on Thursday for this day of bipartisanship and Delmarva flair.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. The state title will be crowned to a Henlopen team this year once again, as two field hockey powerhouses will be clashing this weekend. The Smyrna Eagles coming off an 8-0 win over Middletown, powered by Drew Moffitt's 4 goals. Meanwhile, the Vikings are back in familiar territory after they defeated Charter School of Wilmington 2-1 to punch their ticket in. The Vikings have won 7 out of the last 8 titles, while Smyrna will aim to secure its second title in the past 3 seasons. These squads will square off at Delaware State University this Saturday. And we have a much anticipated matchup on deck for two Henlopen squads looking to secure a spot in the DIAA state semifinals. Caesar Rodney hosts Cape Henlopen in boys soccer, and these two teams have been battle-tested all season long against each other. The first meeting ended in a 3-3 tie, and then the Vikings squeaked by the Riders 1-0 to win the Henlopen North Division. Caesar Rodney is looking for revenge against the Cape Henlopen Vikings, while Cape is looking to bounce back from a loss in the conference championship against Sussex Academy. That'll for sports. Have a great day, everybody.
And coming up tonight on DSN, your game of the night at 7 p.m. will be Queen Anne's against Easton in football. And then at 10:30, stay tuned for the final score. And on the DSN Plus app, you can also watch that game of the night we just mentioned at 7 p.m.
All right, some entertainment news now. It seems it's never too early for Christmas movies. It's not. This week alone sees the debuts of a quartet of Yuletide films. David Daniel decks the halls in today's Hollywood Minute.
When James and I met, it was like magic. And we made a deal.
What if we meet next Christmas at the Pentatonics concert?
Shut up.
Christina Milian needs a holiday miracle to make her fairy tale romance come true in Meet Me Next Christmas. But is her prince the man waiting at the concert for her, or the handsome ticket concierge trying to get her there? Meet Me Next Christmas just dropped on Netflix.
Listen, if she wants Christmas in August, I'm gonna give it to her. And you two are gonna suck it up. Just do what everybody else does in the world. Fake the crap out of it.
A 10-year-old girl and her grandfather stage an early holiday to keep her parents from breaking up in A Sudden Case of Christmas. The family film, shot in Italy's Dolomite Mountains, debuts Thursday in select theaters and on digital platforms.
It's Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
An extended Italian family gathers for what could be their last Yuletide in their ancestral home in Christmas Eve in Millers Point. The ensemble comedy is in select theaters Friday.
We're going to be in your Bible play.
Herdman's in church.
Oh boy.
Judy Greer is a mom determined to make this the best Christmas pageant ever, even with the worst kids in town in leading roles. The best Christmas pageant ever, based on the popular novel, opens in theaters Friday. Feeling jolly in Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. Here's what's happening today at 4 on Coast Life. We've got a wonderful way for you to support adults with disabilities and the Salvation Army. And ahead of Veterans Day, we are talking the women's role in the Vietnam War. Really cool interview coming up today. We have that and more today at 4 on Coast Life.
Seeing brightening skies this morning in Lewis, maybe a little bit of condensation on the lens on the Tull and Razor Camp. 63 there, a light breeze, but that breeze warms us to near record warmth later today with temperatures near 80 degrees. And we finally have some rain chances in our future. I'll track it out on Futurecast in your full forecast in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
How you doing? I'm Frank. You be frank with me, I'll be frank with you. We got a 50-year warranty on this little beauty.
Little she knows she ain't gonna be around for 50 years.
Don't be fooled by roofing contractors offering extended warranties.
Contractors can't offer extended warranties unless they're manufacturer certified.
At Morse Roofing and Siding, we stand behind
and on every roof that we install.
Check out our reviews online.
There's good.
There's better.
And then there's more.
In there, Frank!
With more than 25 years of surgical expertise, Dr. Julie Berry is now accepting new patients at Tidal Health Ear, Nose, and Throat Surgery. Dr. Berry offers specialized care for a wide range of general ear, nose, and throat disorders. Whether you're dealing with chronic sinus issues or require advanced surgical intervention, Dr. Berry is here to provide expert care tailored to your specific needs. Discover the difference that expert care can make. Schedule your appointment today.
Are you troubled by strange smells, uncomfortable rooms, or mold in your home?
Do you experience feelings of dread when you enter your crawl space or attic?
Does your home suffer from slopes, sags, or other structural concerns? If the answer is yes, pick up your phone and call the home performance professionals like FLC Energy.
Don't just treat the systems in your house. Treat your house as the system and call FLC.
We're ready to believe you.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
As temperatures drop, FH Fur invites you to be part of something truly heartwarming, our Fall into Comfort Toy Drive. Through December 15th for only $29, the experts at FH Fur will perform a comprehensive heating system inspection, ensuring your home stays snug through the chilly months ahead. The best part? 100% of the proceeds will go to the United States Marine Corps Reserve's Toys for Tots. Schedule your heating inspection today with FH Fur.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
Morning, we are going to go take a live look at Ocean View. It looks very pretty there, Bob, and people shouldn't worry. I don't think that's anything weird in the sky. I think it's just our camera is a little dirty.
Might need a little Windex or a little glass cleaner there. Yeah, no UFOs, no, nothing like that. We're looking at quiet conditions this morning, and it will be a warm day. In fact, it looks like it could be a record setter. Looking at a high of 80 today. The record is 82 from 1948. If Georgetown hits that, well, that would tie the record for the day. Maybe we could surpass it. I think we'll fall a little short. 78 on Thursday, and then a bigger cool down behind a cold front on Friday, 70 degrees, and then a cooler weekend, 63 on Saturday, and then Sunday, 67. Could see some rain later in the day on Sunday. More on that coming up, but our streak of dry days continues now up to 40 consecutive days. Last measurable rain was the end of September, and of course we surpassed 34 days. That was set back in October, November of 2001. So we're solely in first place, kind of a dubious honor on this top 5 driest periods list, and we'll continue to add to those days, but only a few more because I think we will break that string of dry days with rain here in the next few days. Temperatures now, not too bad. 55 in Salisbury. Could be a little bit of fog around there. 58 in Delmar. Otherwise, good visibility. 61 in Milton. 63 Bethany Beach, Rehoboth at 64. As the winds are coming in out of the southwest, they're light now, but they'll pick up during the course of the day. Could be looking at a little bit of fog. Otherwise, mainly clear skies. Some mid to high level clouds southern tip of Delmarva back through eastern North Carolina. But we're setting up for a pretty warm flow ahead of this cold front here that is triggering some rain from the Great Lakes down to the Ohio Valley. Unfortunately, that rain is moving northeast, and a lot of that will dry up before that front gets here. In the meantime, behind that front, it's going to be drier and cooler. Futurecast this morning, we're quickly warming through the 60s into the 70s by noon. We're into the upper 70s, and then low to mid 70s at the beaches. Some inland locations, 80 in Selbyville, 80 in Long Neck. Once again, if it hits 82 in Georgetown, that would be the new record. Then this evening, very mild with some clouds increasing. So with the clouds in the southwest flow, we're mild into Thursday morning, increasing the clouds, and I think we'll see the high temperatures late morning into the upper 70s on Thursday. Then that front comes through. Futurecast very optimistic about rain around 3:30. Don't know if we're going to see heavy rain, but boy, it would be nice to see a little bit of rain with that front. Otherwise, it does cool down behind that front moving into your Friday. And the winds once again today out of the southwest, that will elevate the fire danger once again. Otherwise, we'll see lighter winds Thursday morning, variable, and then they'll shift to the north later Thursday into Friday, ushering in that cooler air. So we're looking dry and sunny on Saturday. Clouds increase on Sunday, and then that next chance of rain comes later Sunday into Veterans Day. I know not the best timing for Veterans Day, but it could be a soaking rain, the first one we've seen in a long time. And some moisture from this system could head our way. This is Hurricane Raphael. Could become a Category 2 hurricane in the Gulf, but it will weaken, and some of that moisture could get entrained with a cold front and give us heavier rain down the road. So we'll have to see see about that. Otherwise, Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 80 today, 78 Thursday, cooler Friday with 70, then 60s for the weekend, then that better rain chance Sunday, especially into Monday, Veterans Day, and a high of 72.
Well, thank you so much. We've been reporting it for days. Voter turnout was expected to be super high, partially due to early voting. It's not record high. According to the Delaware Department of Elections, about 65% of registered voters came out this year. 2 years ago, though, it was only 42%. 2020 was the highest in recent years, that was nearly 69% of registered voters heading to the polls. And don't forget, we're going to keep reminding you, we have all the results from our local elections across Delmarva right now on CoastTV.com and on our app. Go under the Decision 2024 tab.
And right now, 7 suspects are now facing charges following an assault investigation in Salisbury. According to the Salisbury Police Department, the attack took place on October 15th. A college student who they say was lured to an off-campus apartment was punched, kicked, and spit on by a group of men. The victim suffered bruising and a broken rib, and he told detectives he was targeted because of his sexual preferences. Authorities have charged the suspects, who were all college students and fraternity members, with assault, false imprisonment, and hate crime charges, and that investigation is still ongoing.
The Mega Millions jackpot is now $303 million after no winners were announced Tuesday night. If a lucky person has a winning ticket, there's a cash option of $141 million. The next Mega Millions drawing is going to happen on Friday night.
And supergiant televisions are flying off of the shelves. TVs that measure 97 inches and more diagonally across are also known as XXL TVs. They're becoming a huge hit thanks to cheaper prices. Research firm Circana says that prices for 98-inch TVs have fallen 53% from a year ago, and the sales have soared 877% over the past year.
Time is now 6:51. We are going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pets of the day are preparing for some fall fun. On your screen right now are Sassy and Purdy. And as you can see, they are dressed and ready to play outside. However, they won't find many leaves just yet. I don't know. There's a lot of leaves out there,
now.
Maybe they're particular. But
Yeah.
Sassy and Purdy were submitted to us by Linda in Frankfurt.
Do you think she's named after Brock Purdy?
I don't know, but they're really cute.
They're really cute. I'm going
like
to pretend
it.
like they are named after them. Don't forget, keep sending us all the photos of your pets and telling us what makes them so special.
You can scan the QR code at the top of your screen and submit your furry friend to Coast TV News, then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all of the pets we feature.
And those cute pups may not need that little doggy jacket today. It's going to be a warm one. We're looking at sunshine this morning in Cambridge, 59 degrees, as we're looking at near record warmth later today. Temperatures near 80 degrees. Finally have some rain in the forecast down the road. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up after the break. Stay tuned.
Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers, is looking for you to help stock the shelves at the Joseph House just in time for the holidays. The annual Joseph House Food Drive is Saturday, November 23rd from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the parking lot of the Wicomico Civic Center. Please help by dropping off non-perishable food items for those in need. All food donations are accepted no matter your neighborhood. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
Hey Delaware! Bet Rivers and Valley Casino are bringing betting on football to your phone. From props and in-game betting to the spread and the money line, it's all on your phone and it's all a touchdown. Plus, right now when you sign up, you'll get a second chance bet of up to $500. So huddle up, Delaware, with Bet Rivers, Valley Casino, and football on your phone. Download the app today.
No strangers here, just friends you haven't met yet. With comfortable outdoor seating and an authentic Irish bar, Irish Eyes in Milton is a local favorite by the Broadkill River. Irish Eyes in Lewis with ample free parking, a gorgeous waterfront patio, extensive menu favorites, and the best happy hour on the water. Book our Lewis room for all of life's celebrations. With a lovely panoramic view, in-house chef, and a professional team to make your next event one to remember. Find out more at irisheyespub.com.
Here at the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, such as myself in countertops, to not only ensure you get the best product to fit your needs, but that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
When I came into the Delmarva Design Center and see that big
collection of slabs that makes really the decision seamless.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Welcome to Fisherman's Wharf in Lewis, Delaware, where the bay meets the Atlantic Ocean. Get away from the crowd and escape on an adventure in our fleet with daily fishing trips, evening cruises, and the awesome experience of dolphin watching and even whales. Who knows what the sea holds? With 3 generations in the business, we assure you that your experience will be unique, a story to tell. Come down with the whole family, set sail and spot a whale. So what are you waiting for? Book your trip now at fishlewis.com. Ahoy!
It's now 6:54. It's time for some things you need to know before you go. We've had some breaking news this morning. Associated Press officially called the presidential race. Donald Trump will be making his White House return. Trump's win in Wisconsin is what put him over the 270 threshold needed to clinch the presidency. It's the same state that put him over the top when he won in 2016. Again, Donald Trump will be the 47th president of the United States.
We now have an update on the construction progress of the new Rehoboth Beach Patrol building. Officials say the city is $650,000 over budget for the structure. That's over $100,000 more than the city's update last time. And on your screen right now is the progress so far of the building of that Beach Patrol station right off of Baltimore Avenue. The city says this project is on schedule to be done in May.
A Sussex County tradition returns tomorrow, and preparations are already underway. The returns of the election are read 2 days after the big day during Return Day. It's a day of bipartisanship with a burying of a hatchet, a parade with political opponents, and more. There will be a few activities tonight, although the main event will happen on Thursday. The circle closes at 4 o'clock tonight. It'll remain closed to traffic until the end of ceremonies on the circle on Thursday, November 7th. All right, we're going to have some fun news for you now, or gross news.
Is it fun?
Yeah, I don't know. Football fans, if you like to take gloating to a new level, Fireball has the thing for you.
It's collecting the tears of disappointed fans, which I sadly know all too well. Thanks, Dad, for making me a Cleveland Browns fan. It's called Cryerball.
No, it's gross. So official Fireball tiers, they're called tier collectors. They'll be outside some of the season's biggest NFL games and the college rivalry games. As fans leave, they'll use eyedroppers to collect your tears in a jar.
And Fireball says the limited edition whiskey will be ready for next season.
There's no way that's FDA approved
or... wow, that's all I have to say.
You can drink Elisa's tears after a game.
Yeah, honestly, it's a lot.
Foul. Okay, 6:56 now. We should move on. It's time for a look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Yeah, Bob, what do you think about that?
I think it's kind of a cool take on things, but not very sanitary. I don't know about that. Anyway, we are looking at no tears today with the forecast looking beautiful out there. 50s early on, maybe a little bit of fog, and then warming up to near record highs. Day part forecast has 79 later today with a southwesterly breeze. If we hit 82, that would tie the record in Georgetown. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. I'm going 80 for a high today, and then 78 Thursday. Maybe a few showers with a cold front, and then cooling down. Friday dry 70, and then the weekend 50-50, sunshine cool Saturday 63. I think we're looking at a better chance of rain later Sunday into Veterans Day. Dry Tuesday and Wednesday, another chance of rain by Thursday. Things looking up in the rain department, ladies.
All right, we're liking that, Bob. Thank you, and thank you all for joining us on Coast TV News Today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
And we'll be back with Coast TV News midday. Stick around.
And for even more news and coverage, you can count on download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great morning.